Guys, what's up? Welcome to my video. Man, I am stuck at the park right now after doing a 1 hour jog. I'm tired. Came back to my car ready to leave, and this happens. Can't get my car to crank, and everything works in this car except for that. I mean, all the lights on my dash work, radio work, the blow motor work, everything works except I can't get my car to crank, which really sucks. You know, considering. Anyway, I got out, turned the beams on, got out, just to make sure that it's not the battery. I only left it for an hour. I thought maybe I just left something on or whatever. And the beams were pretty bright. So I don't think it's the battery. But I did check the terminals, and the terminals were had a little bit of corrosion on it. So I was able to take like this little spare wrench set that I got from AutoZone. It was like $10 or whatever. Unfastened the bolts, took the terminals off, took some paper towel, and pretty much just clean it up a little bit. I mean, it's clean enough where it should start up. If that was the problem, I popped it back in, tried to turn it on, and guess what? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So I'm like, okay, not terminals. I was hoping it was terminals, not terminals. Okay, so what I did was, after that, I was like, okay, time to make sure it's 100% not the battery. Went to get my power pack, my juice pack, hooked the terminals on, turn it on. Nothing. I mean, granted, it was at 75%, but still, if it was the battery, it would have slow cranked a little bit. Nothing. I didn't hear anything but a click. So I'm thinking to myself, not the battery. Can't be the battery at all at this point. And I did change the battery out 8 months ago, but batteries are known they're known to be defective sometimes. Rarely. I haven't really had that kind of situation come up, but I've read about it. Anyway, that's that situation. I was like, okay, maybe it's the alternator, but no. I mean, out of all the experience that I've had, alternators will go out on you while your car is running, for the most part. I mean, there's like rare occasions where it might just go out on you just as the battery dies and the alternator's dead, but you just got to where you were after the battery dies. But, you know, just putting the jumper on should have just started the car up. It was the alternator, and then once I took it off, it would have just died out. It wasn't this case, because that's not what happened at all. Nothing happened. Same thing. Took it off, put it on, terminals, nothing happened. So I'm like, okay, at this point, it's not the alternator, it's not it's not the battery. So what else could it be? Let's go down the list. It could be the fuse, or it could be the fuse, or it could be a relay. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's not the relay, because basically what happens is, if it was the relay, what would happen is, you know, I wouldn't be hearing a click. I mean, hearing a click normally means that there's electricity going from the relay to the starter. It's just not popping on. The starter's just not turning. So, okay, just to be sure, I did take the starter relay. I did pop the hood to the cover to the fuse box, figure out where the starter relay was, and then popped in another relay with the same voltage from that was in that fuse box. Swapped it. Nothing happened. So I'm pretty sure it's not the relay. As far as the fuse is concerned, I could test out the fuse if I had a fuse tester, but I don't. So I don't think it's the fuses, considering there's only 2 occasions where I've had issues where fuses would cause a car not to start. One of those occasions was when the main fuse in the fuse box blew. It blew, and what happened was I was getting no electricity in the car at all. I was getting no electricity, but that's not the situation here, because I am getting electricity. I'm getting a ton of electricity. I'm actually charging out my phone right now as I'm speaking from the USB port. And I know what you're thinking. Could that be the case of the battery being low? But I already went through that. Everything else works. So I'm getting electricity coming in here. So that's not the problem. So what else could it be besides that? Okay, I'm getting off track here. The second instance of a fuse causing no start that I've come across is there was, I was able to crank up the car, but the car wouldn't turn over. Did a bunch of tests on that, and went through a fuse tester, tested our fuse, and one of the fuses was blown. I'm not quite sure whether that was. I'm not quite sure where that was. It was blown as a result of I'm not quite sure where that was blown as a whether the fuse that was blown was a fuel pump fuse. Could have been, or it could have been it was probably a fuse pump fuse. It could have been another fuse, but anyway, it was a fuse that caused that. But this car is not cranking, so that's not a fuel pump issue. Because if it was, if it was the fuse to the fuel pump that blew, this car would not be cranking at all. It's not cranking at all. So it's not the fuse, none of those things. The only thing that's left at this point that I could possibly think of is the starter. And if that would have been my number two on the list, number 2 as far as me diagnosing this. But I changed the starter out about a year ago, and I was hoping that this wasn't the reason why my car is not starting, unfortunately. Here's the thing. I got a remanufactured starter from AutoZone. Now, I could have gotten the $300 one or rebuilt one. I know from previous experience that rebuilt, when they say they rebuild starters, the way they rebuilt them is they fix the one part that's broken on the starter. Everything else on the starter stays. They just clean it up. I don't know how they clean it up. Whatever chemical method they use to make the starter look like it's brand new again, every other part, as far as I can tell, on that starter is brand new. No, every other part on that starter is used, except for that one part that they find out that's broken. Crazy. But I can't be 100% sure it's a starter at this point, because I haven't actually gone out and did the test for it. I did swap out the relay, but there's a test you could do where you could actually hook up a wire to the starter relay, where you just bypass everything, just to know, to get an idea whether there's a starter or not. And I did not, I tried to do that, but I couldn't figure out which slot to put the wire in, so I kind of skipped that. Almost did it, but didn't. So basically, there's 2 things I could do right now as far as bumping, as far as trying to get the car to start. If there was a starter problem, I could use like a long crowbar, find out where the starter is, and if I could reach it, just to bump it, like tap on it hard. I'm not gonna do that. I don't actually have a crowbar that long. I don't have a crowbar on me, to be honest. So I'm not even gonna try to do that. The second thing I could do is I could actually try to put a wire to the starter from the battery directly to bypass everything, see if the starter actually jumps when it hits that. I'm not going to do that either. Not going to do that either. Basically, I called AAA up, and it's going to probably take them like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to me. I'm going to figure all this stuff out once they tow it to my house. And I got my tools, all my tools there to try to figure out what the problem is. Right now, it seems like it's the starter that's the problem. But I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. Alright guys, what's up? So it is the next day. It took them about 2 hours to tow the car. And once they got it there, I actually did a couple of tests. I was actually able to do that relay test that I saw on YouTube. It didn't jump, started nothing. So I'm like 99% sure it's a starter. So I started working on it, got everything out, and I actually did do a couple more tests on it. Tapped it a couple of times, trying to start it, nothing. But the main thing is I ran a line from the battery to the starter itself, to the solenoid terminal, and nothing happened. At that point, I knew 100% that it was the starter that was the problem. So I removed the starter, went to AutoZone. They gave me a rebuilt one for free because it was under warranty. I think there's a lifetime warranty on these. That's not the problem. The problem was that I wasted like 3 hours yesterday. Today I wasted a couple hours, and getting the starter for free, man. I mean, I considered getting a brand new starter. I did consider getting a brand new starter, but I didn't want to shell out $300 for a brand new starter. I mean, best case scenario, I would have just, if I could, I would have just ordered one off of eBay, spent maybe, $40. I mean, I trust those more than anything, used starter, but I don't have the time for that. Okay, it'll take at least 4 to 5 days to a week to get to me. I don't have time for that. I didn't have time for that. So, but the starter has been put in. Everything works. So it was 100% the starter that was causing my car not to start. And everything is good at this moment. I wasted some time, but it is what it is. If this has helped you guys out in any way, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you guys can, please, if you want, leave a comment, guys. All right? Take care.